Whether you're working from home or traveling into an office, there's a lot to be said for adding music to your workday. Research studies suggest that listening to music can brighten your mood while boosting your productivity and creativity. If that sounds good, or you simply want to listen to Meryl Streep's cover of The Winner Takes It All while you type, a good desktop speaker can be a solid investment. The most important requirement for a work speaker is that it sound good. A grating, annoying mid-range, the tones where you hear most vocals and many instruments, might not be a deal breaker in a portable speaker you take to the beach. But if you're listening for hours at a stretch every day, any sonic flaws will stand out. On the other hand, while home speakers might have to fill a large family room, most offices are more modest in size, so you don't necessarily need a desktop speaker that can crank out a lot of volume. Instead, you want a model that sounds appealing when played quietly and from close range. And lastly, the box itself matters, too. If the speaker will be sitting on your desk, there's an advantage to a speaker that small desk real estate can be precious. And because you'll be staring at it all day, every day, your speaker should be attractive or at least unobtrusive. And these days, you have a lot of good choices. Many of today's best wireless and smart speakers work well in an office or home office environment because they offer impressive sound in a small and simple package, says Nish Suvarnakar, Consumer Reports analyst for the home audio market. All of the following stylish, good-sounding speakers do well in Consumer Reports labs, where we test for ease of use, versatility, and, most of all, sound quality. And all of our test samples are bought at full retail, no freebies for us. If you like the idea of having Alexa as your workday companion, the latest version of the Amazon Echo is a solid option. The orb-like styling is attractive enough and, more importantly, it features improved speaker drivers and a Zigbee smart home hub that allows it to link directly to many Zigbee-compatible devices. The latest Amazon Echo sounds significantly better than its predecessor. Our testers report that the Echo has strong but slightly boomy bass and enough volume to fill a mid-sized room. However, if you can expand your budget a bit, the Amazon Echo Studio sounds significantly better with powerful bass and a clean mid-range. When playing Dolby Atmos and 3D audio content, the Studio can throw a spacious sound field that can truly fill a room. If your desk looks a little like an outpost of an Apple store with your iPhone, iPad, and AirPods charging next to your MacBook, the HomePod Mini Smart Speaker might make an ideal office companion. The Mini's best selling point is the way it interfaces seamlessly with the rest of the Apple ecosystem. The device is a solid option for controlling Apple HomeKit smart home products and services such as Apple Music. The Mini allows voice control of other music services, including Pandora and iHeartRadio, and can even integrate with Apple CarPlay in your vehicle. For instance, you can ask for driving directions while making coffee in the morning, then send your chosen route to your car before leaving. Sound-wise, however, HomePod Mini leaves something to be desired. Our testers find that the Apple HomePod Minis sound as close to that of the much cheaper Echo Dot and the discontinued Google Home Mini. Its bass is tubby and the mid-range is a bit nasal and congested, with an unusual distortion in which the volume sometimes drops when it should increase. Like those inexpensive smart speakers, the HomePod Mini is okay for podcasts or maybe playing background music in a small room, but not so great for pausing from work to really listen to your favorite tunes. And unlike those devices, the HomePod Mini can't be paired via Bluetooth with a better-sounding wireless speaker. With its steely, cylindrical styling, the Bose SoundLink Revolve hits an aesthetic sweet spot, especially if space is tight. This Bluetooth-powered portable is quite attractive and more importantly, it's only 3 inches in diameter, rendering it unobtrusive enough to blend in with most workspaces, home office, or otherwise. The SoundLink Revolve comes in 2 colors, white and black, and features large and intuitive controls that are easily accessible on the top of the speaker. That's important when your boss pings you for an impromptu Zoom call and you want to mute the music without taking the time to dive into a smartphone menu to find the volume setting. Our testers report that, performance-wise, the SoundLink Revolve is almost identical to its predecessor, the SoundLink Revolve. They find it sound to be easy to live with, featuring a clear mid-range, sparkling highs, and well-controlled bass. The Revolve Cran 2 is also very similar to its larger sibling, the SoundLink Revolve Plus Fun 2, which provides a bit more volume and bass for $100 more. There are few things that can do more to improve your quality of life while working at home than spectacular sound. That's where the Edifier S1000 MK2 comes in. We've never tested a speaker that sounds better than this stereo model. It features solid bass, clean extended highs, and, most of all, a gorgeous mid-range that's free of distortion and allows you to hear the instruments and voices in all their natural glory. When they're properly placed, equidistant from side and back walls and preferably placed on stands some distance into the room, the Edifiers also do an amazing job of creating the illusion that the musicians are right there with you. Of course, that assumes that you have a decent-sized workspace. These medium-sized speakers won't work for a cubicle dweller or if you've converted a closet or a pantry into a micro-office. The MKRN2 is very similar to the older Edifier S1000DB model, and our testers find them to sound virtually identical. The new model does have an improved remote that makes it quite a bit easier to use. The Edifiers are not as versatile as some models. They don't have the multiroom capability of, say, a Sonos system, so you can't build a whole house system around them. But for the straightforward task of playing music in a way that lets you hear things in your favorite recordings that you've never heard before, the Edifier excels. The Sonos One Smart Speaker is a great work-at-home option. The One's small footprint won't clutter your desk, and it features a clear, articulate reproduction of vocals and instruments alike. The sound can also be improved by adding a second Sonos One as part of a stereo pair. The One can play reasonably loudly, a nice bonus if you don't have to worry about disturbing your office mates when you're cranking Sleater-Kinney. But best of all, the Sonos One integrates seamlessly with other Sonos models in your home, forming a flexible multiroom system for after-hours use. That means the speaker can sync the same song in different rooms and even on different floors, setting your whole house rocking to Martha and the Vandellas if you choose. Or you can create separate listening zones. Bill Evans around your workspace and Ariana Grande in a kid's bedroom, all controlled by an intuitive mobile app. If you don't need or want the One Smart Speaker features, which are compatible with both Amazon's Alexa and Google Assistant, check out the Sonos One SL, which is a slightly less expensive version of the one without the microphone. Our testers report that it sounds identical. If you're on a tighter budget, try the Sonos-compatible IKEA Symphonic speaker, which is a bit larger, significantly less expensive, and sounds almost as good.